Well, what's going on, YouTube? I have been gone for a while. Yes, this is me, Shay 2000. I'm back. I'm gonna try to keep in touch. My last video, y'all know that I was going through a lot of changes with my spouse. While I was pregnant. Well, my little one, he's here. I had him March 19th, and he was 7 pounds 3 ounces. He is big now. Like he's only 7 weeks in. I think he's about 15 pounds. Yeah. His father was a big man. And as you can see, I'm a big girl. So, anyways, it was a very complicated pregnancy. I would say, yeah, I went through some changes. But let's start with the pregnancy. Okay, last time when I left off, we was going through some changes, me and my ex. So, let's see. Well, she had her other person on the side, and I was being the good wife or whatever. And me and her went through some changes around October. I was about, I don't know, like 6-7 months. Well, anyways, we were supposed to be working on our relationship and getting back together. She was staying on the other side of the house. We had to start all over again, and I had to work on rebuilding my trust back with her. And so I happened to get sick in the bathroom, and I had her phone, and her phone goes off, and it's another girl sending a coochie picture. Ladies, let's be real. Come on now. Only send coochie pictures to people that you know they're going to get it. And if you're going to send it, please make sure it's manicured. I mean, like, we lesbians, like, trim that shit. Make sure that shit look fresh or something. I mean, come on. For real. People put their mouth down there or whatever they want to put down there. But being lesbians, you're supposed to be clean. I'm just saying. It wasn't even appealing. It wasn't even appetizing, shall I say. But, so this little nappy coochie picture comes through. So I'm in the bathroom and I'm throwing up, pregnant with our son, and bitch comes through or whatever, and I'll look at the picture because she had it set up where it just comes through and it just pops up. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I done got so mad I done stopped throwing up because now I'm finna bust her ass in the face. So anyways, I go to the bathroom and I told her we was shopping for the kids some clothes or whatever. And I said, well, you need to take me home because, by now I'm pissed or whatever. And yes, I do have attitude, a temper, especially when we supposed to be working on us. So, yeah. So we get to I say International Speedway, but you wouldn't know. But maybe maybe about 10 minutes down the road, and her phone goes off. I say something about her phone, whatever. She's defensive. She jumps across the car, and we go to fighting. I'm 7 months pregnant. I get out. I'm trying to walk away from her. I get out the car in the middle of traffic, which is very stupid on my part, being that I'm pregnant in this traffic hour. I get out the car trying to walk away from her because I know I'm pissed off. I'm trying not to, excuse me, fight her. So we got a fist fighting, all kinds of stuff in the middle of a 3-4 lane highway. We fighting. People looking at us crazy. It's traffic hour. All this other stuff. We look like some fucking idiots. And I go to jail. Yeah. So I go to jail because one of the witnesses said that he seen me run over my husband in a car. Which is kind of funny because how can I run her over if I'm trying to walk away from her and I'm in the middle of the median and traffic hour? So anyways, what happened was with us fighting, the car would get knocked into neutral. She's trying to run and stop the car. I have a Lincoln. Well, one of our cars is a Lincoln Town car. She runs in front of the car. Very stupid. Runs in front of the car, try to stop the car with her hands, trying to pull it because she tried to get inside the car, but my car has automatic locks, so she couldn't get in. So she runs in front of it, trying to push it and stop it from hitting this man's truck. Like I said, traffic hour, everybody car back to back. Well, besides that, she gets pinned between the cars. So my car is in neutral and it's steady going forward, crushing her between my car and the man's car. I run from the median. I run from the median and jump in the car. Mind you, 7 months pregnant, humongous ass belly because my son is longest ever. Run and jump in the car basically jump through the back window and get in the car to stop the car from squishing my husband. Though I'm pissed off, I don't want her to get hurt. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a bittersweet kind of thing. I wasn't happy, but it was just like, well, damn, I don't know. So, hey, daddy. So, anyways, when I get in the car, I'm saying the witness probably see me when I got in the car and I stopped the car from crushing her. So the witness tells the police officer that I ran my husband over. Okay. I go to jail. 7.5 months pregnant. Not cute. I do not look good in a whole bunch of orange. And I'm not with a bunch of dirty motherfuckers just screaming and hollering at me while I'm, trying to get checked in or whatever, inmates do. So luckily I knew a bunch of the correction officers. So, I had my own private cell. I had to wipe it down with soap and stuff because, these people be in jail, they have scabies and all this other type of shit. I don't know, but I wasn't finna lay my pregnant ass on nothing. I didn't want to use the bathroom. The whole time I was in holding cell for about 4 hours, I held my bladder. I paid for that because my stomach was hurting me like so bad, but I refused to be pissing and shit like, yeah, girl, I'm in jail, you know what I'm saying? Hey, hand me some toilet paper while I'm pissing. No, it's not going down. So, yeah, did not piss in the holding cell at none whatsoever, and was calling my people like, yo, come get me. This is not hot. This shit is crazy. So, not only this was the first time I've ever been arrested. So, like, everybody looking at me like, okay, Shan was supposed to be the good person, all this other stuff. So now I'm dealing with a lot because I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do. And I've never been locked up. Not only am I pregnant, I got my other child. I had to get somebody to get her from daycare. And it was just crazy. Anyways, got released. Me and her went her separate. Well, I went home. My mother came and got me. Went home. My mom slept in the room with me because she didn't want us to fight no more. She was on the other side of the house still. She was like, trying to get in, trying to talk to me. It's non-negotiable. I'm not trying to talk to you. You just had me locked up with a whole bunch of hooligans. Pissy ass, funky ass, cell. Pregnant as hell. Hungry as fuck. Like, beyond. So, what's wrong? What's wrong, Poppy? So, anywho. Anyway, get home or whatever. Me and her go through our changes. She stay on the other side of the house. She writes me a letter, slides on the door, telling me she's sorry, all this other stuff. But at this moment, the way I'm feeling, it's like really non-negotiable because you just took my freedom away from me. And not only did you take my freedom away from me or whatever, you didn't even have enough money to bond me out. So my mother had to call another female who wants to talk to me, mind you, and bail me out of jail. And just some bullshit. Okay. So, anywho, there's this little braid sticking out. Where is that? Oh, dread or whatever the hell. Sticking out. Anyways, don't mind my hair. Had a long day. Whatever. So, after that, hold on. Yeah, this is our new addition. Yes, he's 7 weeks and chunky as hell, right? You see him? He look like he ain't got no neck. Well, he's a newborn. But look how fat my baby is. Like, but this is my baby. This is little man. It's the king of the house. So, anyways, besides that, we went our separate ways. We were still staying in the house together. She stayed on her side. I made sure I was never home, whatever, so we can diffuse the situation. And I was looking for an apartment so I could move, take my baby with me, whatever. Not even a month later, y'all, the girl who bailed me out, we were at the house. Mind you, my husband doing whatever he wants. She's doing whoever. I don't talk to her. We just live together. I don't know what she's doing because I don't be home. So, anyways, the girl who bailed me out, she came to my house to watch a movie. Well, quite naturally, my husband comes home. And they go to fighting. My husband goes to jail. Yeah. Some crazy ass shit, yo. She goes to jail. I get called all kinds of bitches and hoes. You ain't shit. I hate your ass. All kinds of stuff. Mind you, me and my husband been together for 8 years. Never cheated on my husband. I've always been fighting bitches about her ass. Right. So, we go through our changes, whatever. Me and her about to fight. But see, where she went wrong is, she made it seem like she was going to hit me. And that's when the other girl got involved. So then she ran up, or whatever, and they went to fighting again. My mom's trying to break up the fight. I'm 8 months pregnant. They fighting. All this other crazy shit. My husband trying to knock over our big ass 45-gallon fish tank. She goes to throwing shit, all kinds of stuff, fucking up my house, y'all. I got a house full of kids. My nephews staying the night with their auntie, you know, all this stuff. And nieces and nephews in the house, and my daughter in the house. My brother's in the house, and he's 13. They all this shit going on while they in the room. So I'm trying to keep they ass quiet, trying to keep the kids in the room, whatever, so they don't see what's going on. Because it's like, you know, maybe about 12 o'clock at night. But granted, y'all, the girl was at the house because we was watching the movie. Me, her, and my mother. We was watching a movie. Okay. I went in my room because I had to go to the bathroom, whatever. She came in the room after me. Not too long, not about a second or two after that, my husband pulls up. So now it looks awkward. But she was so mad she wouldn't let me say nothing. So I told her, she was like, you fucking another bitch in our house, da-da-da-da. So I was like, no, I'm not having sex with this girl. We just got done watching the movie. But she's so mad, she not hearing nothing I'm saying. Oh, you bitch, you hoe, you ain't shit, da-da-da-da. But I've been fighting bitches 8 years. 8 motherfucking years. 8 years. I've been fighting because this motherfucker can't stay faithful. But just the thought, starts a trip. Just the thought of me being with another female, drove this bitch so crazy she done got a motherfucking battery charged with intent to kill. Anyways, so besides that, and going through my complications with pregnancy, I lost like 44 pounds. I lost 44 pounds because I could not hold none of my food down. I could barely hold water down. It got to the point where I started throwing water up. They gave me a prescription to hold my food down, and I did that for about 6 months, and then my body became immune to it, and so then it didn't work no more. So now I started throwing back up all over again. So I lost a lot of weight, and I was sickly. My iron is very low. It was very low, and I'm anemic, and what else? I have a thyroid problem, so I was real sluggish. So I had all these things going against me, and I was tired, and then I couldn't even really eat because, my stomach. I was pregnant, and he just wouldn't let me hold no food down. So they was kind of scared that he was gonna come out and be too small. But then when we did the ultrasounds, it was so backwards because my son was humongous in my stomach. Like they said, I was gonna have to definitely have a C-section because I was gonna try to do a VBAC. Have a C-section because he was too damn big. Because he was and he was already by my pelvic, but he's so damn long that he was kicking like up in my ribs. Like I would see my titty jumping pretty much. And he was just so long, and they was like, we can't do VBAC or whatever. It kind of pissed me off because I didn't want to get cut again. I want to experience, pushing out the baby. And because my daughter, she was a C-section. So so anyways, after my husband got arrested, we went our separate ways. Like, this is too much. Like, neither one of us has been arrested and all this other stuff. It was like, okay, I guess, like, we didn't even really talk to each other to try to work it out. We just went our separate ways because, obviously that's too much. We've never been arrested before and all this other stuff. Like, we had clean records, and for it to get to this extent, this is, like, too crazy. So we just went our separate ways automatically. What happened? So anyways, when I gave birth to my son, I think I'll say that for the next video. How about that? So anyways, everything was cool, copacetic. With that going on or whatever, I just had to move because, obviously I wasn't going to ask my husband for no money or whatever to help pay the bills. And being that, she thought I was having sex with this other person, which I was not. And then the thing is, the girl told her, she was like, no, we wasn't having sex or whatever. And then she was like, you know what, Shay, you don't have to explain yourself to her. Fuck her. But, you know, that's my husband. So I was like, you know, no, we wasn't having sex. But I'm not going to sit here and keep arguing with you. If I just told you, my mother just told you, and she just told you. She was just so mad because, one, she didn't like the girl because we had a past or whatever. And two, she just, you know, I guess when you see somebody that you care about with somebody else, being that it was actually her first time actually seeing me with somebody else, she pretty much lost her goddamn mind. And I was telling her in the midst of the arguments and whatever, and us fighting and cussing and all this other stuff while I'm pregnant, I was like, well, you know, how do you think I felt fighting girls about you? You know what I'm saying? How do you think I felt fighting girls about you or whatever? Like, it doesn't feel good, do it, when you have to fight for somebody that's supposed to belong to you and only you. And she was like, fuck you, you ain't shit. You know, she was too busy being mad or whatever. So I was like, whatever. So I just let the shit go. The police officer came. She done bit like damn near, her and the girl fought. She bit a big ass chunk of her titty. It's not funny, but the girl still have a mark on her titty, like, and that happened like over 4 or 5 months ago. Yeah, she has a big ass bite mark from my wife biting her on her titty because they locked up some kind of way, and I guess that was the only way she felt like she can do harm to her, so she bit the shit out of her. And I literally had to pry her fucking mouth off this girl's chest. Her titty was like in her mouth. It was like a damn pit bull. Me and my mother. My mom, she's pulling one girl. I'm pulling my husband. I'm trying to pry her mouth off of her. It was like fucking chaos, okay? So anyways, the police came. They trying to take a picture of the girl's breast, the victim breast. Of course, she's a lesbian. She's like, I'm not going to let no police officer, because she had to lift up her bra and show them because she was bleeding and everything. She would not take medical care, whatever. Like, I think, like, you know, I don't know what they could have did to it, but she just said no to everything. So the police officer said, okay, you know, would you let her take the picture, which was me? So she was like, yeah. So I went back there, took the picture of her breast or whatever so the police could use it. So, yeah, it was just like, it was crazy. That's why I didn't really have time to like get on the computer. And that's just some of the stuff. That's just only like a couple months of stuff that I went through. You know what I mean? But so that went down, and my daughter starts cutting up in school. So now I have the school and everything trying to call me, and they telling me my daughter says she's not eating and everything like that. Yeah, I'm healthy. My daughter, she's slim because she was a preemie. I had her at 26 weeks. So, like, this pregnancy, everybody was on their P's and Q's because they didn't know if it was going to be the same thing or whatever. So, it was like, okay, they were trying to make sure I made it to a certain amount of weeks. So, like, me talking to y'all on Facebook, it's non-stressful now. But me thinking about, like, okay, you know, I'm not with my husband. And, you know, what if something happened? I got my daughter. Like, you know, it was a lot of stress. So, I couldn't, really get on the computer and talk to y'all like that. I had to shut myself down to keep my blood pressure low because I had high blood pressure with her. I had toxemia, and it was just overwhelming, really. I kept in contact with my girl Mimi, you know, much as I could, even if it was emailing and stuff like that. So, you know, I did try to keep watching up with Boo Pie and Bodie, and y'all have a beautiful son, most definitely. And I like Boo Pie dancing. That was hot. I thought I showed out in the labor room doing crazy stuff. I was texting and all kinds of stuff and walking around the room because I hate being in hospital rooms. But it was a lot of stuff and I went through, but I wouldn't change it for the world because I love my son. he's my little light bright. He's wearing me out though. The 2 hours waking up and everything, I expected it, but he's growing so fast. It only seemed like he was just born not even a minute ago, you know, and he's like already so big. Kids grow so fast. He's already in 3 months and he's only 7.5 weeks, you know. So I'm gonna have to do another video, y'all, because this is already like 20 minutes. So it's gonna be a lot of videos coming at y'all. So y'all keep in contact and y'all hit me up. Y'all subscribe to me. Email me. I'm cool peoples, you know. I'm not doing nothing but being a mom and going to school. So, you know, much love. And I love Mimi and Ducky, y'all. Y'all like my sisters, my sister and my brother-in-law, for real. So, you know, Mimi, you need to call me whenever you be stressing, girl, because I done been through so much. It's like whatever, for real. So, you know, anybody who want to reach out and just talk, it's nothing. You know what I mean? So, y'all hit me up.